I'm talking now about the concept that whether a situation is embarrassing or not is up to you. So in high school, I had plenty of embarrassing situations because I was a very awkward kid. I did not really know how to converse with people, so I would have um, constant interactions with the lunch ladies where they'd say like, have a good lunch, and I'd say, you too. Or like, I would go up and make some presentation. I would stumble over my words over and over again, and I'd get really red in the face, right? Because I have pale skin, I'm a ginger. It just happens that way. But whether a situation is embarrassing or not is up to you. And because of this concept, I no longer get embarrassed. Well, I get embarrassed very, very, very infrequently. Not very many things faze me anymore, because this relates to the concept you learn a little bit about in performance if you're a performer of any kind. So in performance, when you're like performing for music or something, I'll relate that to music because that's what I do. If you make a mistake, people are likely not going to know unless you show that you make a mistake. And even if you do make a mistake, people aren't there to see a perfect performance. They're there to get the energy from you that you're giving out. So if you give out the energy that, oh my God, I made a mistake, so you freeze up, you put your shoulders in, you hunker down a little bit because you're scared, you're embarrassed, people are going to be like, oh my God, that was a little embarrassing. But if you don't even recognize it, if you keep your chest up, your chin high, if you keep on playing and performing throughout that whole thing, people probably, one, either won't notice, or two, if you just laugh it off, people will be like, ha ha, they'll also laugh it off. They're taking cues from your energy. The cues that you give other people tell them how to act. So when you have an embarrassing situation where you say the wrong thing, where you make the wrong gesture or movement, laugh it off. Don't hunker down. Physically sit yourself up. Keep your chest out, keep your chin high, and show as little signs of embarrassment as possible, because there's no reason to be embarrassed. There's no reason to be embarrassed about it. You're human. Humans make mistakes. And you can become a very likable person this way because you won't be the kind of guy who is embarrassed very often, which means you can do bolder and brasher things. And even when you do make mistakes, you're not mentally fucked about it, right? You become the very charismatic, bold guy. Something I also talked about in my last video, if you want to check that out. Becoming charismatic through boldness. But whether a situation is embarrassing is up to you. People take your cues. If this video helped you, I make plenty like this one. Hit the subscribe button. Act now, become unstoppable.